one of the unmistakable features of democratic foreign policy, you might call it, by which I mean foreign policy under the Democrats, is that it always ends up emboldening our enemies. Think about how the Soviet Union in 1979 said, hey, Jimmy Carter's in office, the peanut farmer, time to invade Afghanistan. They're not going to do very much about it. And of course, Carter didn't. Also, the hostages. Let's grab the hostages. What's Carter going to do? And of course, the answer was basically nothing. Similarly, under Clinton, bin Laden, let's test this guy's resolve. We don't think he's going to amount to much. And so one attack after another, Khobar Towers, the attack on the Cole, all the setting up for 9/11, the emboldening that led to 9/11 occurs under Clinton. And then, of course, under Obama, the Arab Spring. Yeah, let's basically turn the Arab street upside down. What's Obama going to do about it? Nothing, except in some ways even protect the Islamic radicals, the Muslim Brotherhood that came to power temporarily in Egypt. And now under Biden, the same thing is going on. And it's not just the emboldening of Al-Qaeda and ISIS. And I want to talk briefly about the emboldening of North Korea, because according to a new report from the United Nations Atomic Energy Agency, North Korea has now restarted the operation of its main nuclear reactor. North Korea is basically figuring, hey, listen, with this kind of clown in office in America, what's he really going to do? He's probably going to issue a press release. I mean, it was Anthony Blinken who said yesterday, now with the Taliban in control, the United States will lead with diplomacy. And what does diplomacy mean? A signed letter from 100 countries, by the way, excluding Russia and China, which are like, we're not going to sign. It'll be ridiculous. We're looking forward to allying with the Taliban. Thank you very much. Next. And so here's North Korea. The International Atomic Energy says that they've taken their nuclear complex, which is north of Pyongyang. They're now making plutonium. They're making enriched uranium. You can see the signs of the discharge of the cooling water. And so these guys are at it, and they're at it in the full confidence that they can do it with impunity. Even with Trump, although Trump tried his best to kind of talk to those guys, Rocket Man, I'm gonna try to convince him it's not in his interest to do this kind of nonsense. But the North Koreans now realize it's no longer Trump. It's no longer a guy who's basically capable of issuing the order to bomb the facilities. Trump even said in a statement recently, yeah, I mean, I would never have done this Afghan thing that way. And in fact, Trump says, bomb them now, or threaten to bomb them if they don't return every single item, every single rifle, every single Humvee. Give it back to us, or we're going to be paying you a very unpleasant visit. And this time we know where to find you. You're in Kabul. Now, I'm very excited because next week, I believe, I'm going to have Yeonmi Park, who is an escapee from North Korea, someone who actually grew up and lived in North Korea. She and her mom got out. She then came to America. She went to Columbia University. I'm really excited to have her on this podcast. That's coming up next week. But what we see here is around the world, the enemies of America are starting to roll up their sleeves because they realize that with a kind of weak, impotent, limp, senile, not all there man in the White House, that would seem to be a measure of a limp, weak, senile, not all there America.